So let's talk about modes and the Dorian, Lydian and Mixolydian modes. We will be relating everything back to the major scale and your C major scale. So here's your major scale formula. Major scale. And the major scale, don't know if you can see that. I'll bring this a bit closer. So that's your major scale. And your major scale formula is 1. Then you have 1, 2 is 1, then there's a semitone between 1 and 2, then there's a semitone between 2 and 3, make that bigger, but 3 and 4 are next to each other. See that? Semitone after 4, 5, semitone after 5, 6, semitone after 6, 7 and 1. 7 and 1 are next to each other. The other thing we will be using will be the C major scale. So the C major scale, we'll use the same formula, but we'll start with C, D. Always remember E and F are next to each other. G, A, and B and C. And then we'll keep going. D, E, F, G, so on. So, how you find the 1 in a mode? Let's take a Dorian mode. So Dorian. So this is your major scale formula, and this here is your C major scale. There you go. Hope you can see that. That's your major scale formula, and that's your C major scale. Now let's say we want to find the 1 of, let's say, E Dorian. So E Dorian. Now we know that Dorian starts on 2. In fact, let me write that down here. I'm going to write this down so I can get a darker color. Colors here. So Dorian starts on 2, the Dorian mode. Can you see that? Dorian starts on 2. Lydian starts on 4, and Mixolydian starts on 5. It's very easy. So E Dorian starts on 2, which is that. So what you do is you use this formula, and you write E here. Can you see that? I've written an E there on the 2, so you write E there, and that's your Dorian scale. So now how do we find our 1? We need to find the 1 so we can find the key signature. Once you find the key signature, the rest is easy. So we know that's an E. Now we can use our piano keyboard thingy. So we know this is E. So we know that if that's E, we need to skip a semitone and skip a semitone. So we need to go a tone down. That's E. Then we go semitone, semitone, 2 semitones. 1, 2. And we end up on D. So the key signature of E Dorian equals D major, which is F sharp and C sharp. See, F sharp and C sharp. Now, instead of using that, instead of using that, you could also use this. So E Dorian. Let me just get rid of this. You can also do it this way. Instead of using your keyboard chart up there, you can write E here. So we're trying to find E Dorian. Write that's your E. And to find, so that's a 2. So to find the 1, we go 1, 2. 2 semitones. See that? 1, 2. We go 1, 2. 2 steps. So you can use this instead of the keyboard thing. Instead of the keyboard chart. Now, when we write our E Dorian scale, our mode, we go E, F sharp, because it has an F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, and E. See that? And when we're writing it in your treble clef, or bass clef, you start on an E, F sharp, or you can write the key signature here. You can do that too. Or if you're using accidentals, you can just go E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, and E. Like that. So let's do a Lydian scale now. Let's do our Lydian scale. Why don't we do let's do an A Lydian. A Lydian. Okay, so see that? The Lydian starts on 4. So we can find out 4 in our major scale formula, and we'll write A there. Now, how many semitones do we need to count back or count forward, backwards or forwards, to find our 1? This is a bit annoying going up this way because there's so many steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semitones. Or you can go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So that's only 5 steps going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So why don't we go backwards? So all we need to do now is find our A here. Let's say A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we end up on an E. So we know our key signature is the key signature of E major, which is F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. Or you could do it this way. You could, instead of using the piano thing, you could use this. So A is that. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Starting on the A, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It still takes you to E. And so we know what our key signature is. So let's do our A Lydian in the bass clef. No key signature. Let's do the whole thing using accidentals. So let's see if I can do it nice. Bass clef. Starting on A, B. Ooh, we have a C sharp there. So we need a C sharp. D sharp. That's the D sharp. E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. And that's your A Lydian. Let's do a Mixolydian scale. Mixolydian mode. So Mixolydian starts on the 5th degree of the major scale, and we use the same notes as a major scale, but starting on the 5th degree. So let's take a tricky one. B flat. B flat. Mixolydian. Okay, so we need to start on 5. Okay, so there's our 5, and we'll write B flat here. And from B flat, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semitones that way, which is a long way. So why don't we go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 5 steps, and that'll take us. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Now let's use our keyboard thingy, our keyboard chart, starting on B flat. We're going up this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we end up on an E flat. So we need to use the key signature of E flat, which is, like, remember your key signatures, it's B flat, D flat, and A flat. So there you go. Okay, now let's write our scale. Let's do it in treble clef. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and this time, why don't we make it easy? Let's just use the key signature. Okay. So there we go. That's that. We just write the key signature: B flat, E flat, and A flat. And we need to start in a B flat. You can start down here on the ledger line down here, or you can start there and go up, whichever way. So we'll start here: B flat, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then that's your B flat. We don't need to write accidentals there because we have a key signature. And that is your B flat Mixolydian mode. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you write modes, relating everything back to the major scale. It just makes it so much easier. I forgot to mention, you can also, instead of using the keyboard chart, you can also use this, in which case you need to write, you need to find your B flat. So that's your B flat. So that's that'll be our 5. Oops, let me use a different color. So you can use this as well. So that's our 5, B flat. Don't write the 5 on above the B or next to the B. It has to be on the flat. So then we go. We need to find how many steps. Going up 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it takes you to E flat. Same outcome, different technique. So enjoy practicing your writing your modes, your Dorian, Lydian, and Mixolydian modes.